Today we are here at Santa Pod Raceway for the Spring Speed Nationals 2025, and we're going to show you some of this and some of this. So we're in the paddock with Amy B, and she's going to give you some of those Santa Pod facts.
So Santa Pod is Europe's first permanent drag racing venue, established in 1966. It's a quarter of a mile long, and today is the first race of the season, with over 300 bikes and cars taking part.
As we walk around the paddock, then this is the first bike we come across. It's a Harley Davidson, and the bike's called the Big Red Machine. So is this one of the, what they call the top fuelers? Or?
This is a funny bike.
Right.
This is it's the only one in the world. It's a compound turbo.
Right.
It's the only compound turbo drag bike in the world that we're aware of.
Okay.
Definitely going down the track at the moment.
And what sort of speeds would this achieve then?
It's done 220.
220.
But we're hoping for a lot more.
Right.
But it's all trial and error.
Yeah.
No one's ever built one, so anything we're doing, we're teaching ourselves.
Yeah, yeah.
No one to ask.
What sort of engine's in it?
It's a homemade engine.
Right.
Based off a Yamaha FK1200. But yeah, it's got about 850 horsepower.
Wow. Are you the rider?
No, I'm not. He is. I'm not silly enough to ride these.
So this is the launch button.
Right.
This in, hold the throttle wide open, the revs come up to a predetermined point, and it starts making boost up to a predetermined point as well. And then you let go of the button, it drives off, and then you change gear twice with the green button.
Right, okay. And how many gears has it got? Three gears.
Twice with the top gear.
Wow. How's it fare up with like temperatures on the track and stuff like that, with it being a bit
Too cold here at the moment.
too cold? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where would you get the tyres from?
They're imported from America. It's a brand new tyre. We've done a burnout on Friday because we've done a wheel speed of 238 mile an hour on the burnout. The tyre grew that much, it actually caught on the screw and grooved it.
Just from the heat?
Because the tyre expands.
Yeah, yeah.
There's only 8 psi in the tyre.
Oh, okay.
So as much as we've only got 3 gears, by the time it finishes crosses the finish line, the tyre's expanded that much. It's technically a 4th gear.
Wow. And that filled the gap there.
Yeah, it literally grew that much.
That's mad. 8 psi as well. So this Suzuki Hayabusa drag bike, as you can see, has got a road registered number plate on the back. This gentleman says he still rides this on the road even though it's 600 brake horsepower.
Followed straight away. They've got 2 classes back to back, which has made it really awkward because I'm running in 2 different classes.
Okay.
So it's made it very awkward. But I'm out at 12 on this, and then straight on out at 12:15 on that one.
Is that one got a Hayabusa engine in as well?
Yeah, both Hayabusas, yeah. That one was built by this guy. That's Sean from Big CC Racing.
Okay.
He built that. The showcase there. That meant it's the only bike that's ever been on a dyno that's got really close to 1,000 horsepower. That meant it's had it like 970 horsepower on dyno.
Wow.
So it's quite impressive, yeah. But we've obviously got it turned down a long way to run here tomorrow today. It's
yeah.
You just spin the wheel. It's just,
Yeah.
We were having trouble with wheel spin yesterday, so we're just
Is that because of the track temperature as well?
Track temperature doesn't
Yeah.
help you, and the prep on the track. So we've just shortened it a little bit. So the danger now is that I'm gonna
have a go going over backwards, but
Right.
we shortened it to try and stop the wheel spin.
And have the both bikes got nitrous on them as well?
Neither of them have.
Right.
So the nitrous bottles,
Right.
they are full of nitrous oxide, but we just use them for the air shifters.
Okay.
So it uses to shift gear and also for the boost controller for the turbo.
Right.
It's an air source for the boost controller for the turbo. So,
And what sort of brake horse is this running at?
this is about 600-ish.
That's 600.
Most of the bikes I'm running against, if you see me lining up along somebody, they'll all be sat down here and I'm sort of up here. It's because I refuse to lower it because I still ride it on the road. So,
Okay, yeah, of course.
I just sort of put up with it and have a bit of fun with it.
And have you got like a kind of like a race throttle, like a quarter turn throttle and stuff like that? Standard throttle?
It's a standard throttle, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about the gearbox then?
It's got an undercut gearbox in it, a Nova racing gearbox in it, but it's a standard box basically.
Okay.
So it's 6-speed standard box, but just with an undercut on the gears to make sure they stay in.
Do you have like an anti-flip device on this then?
No.
Just as it is?
That's as it is.
Right.
Yeah. So that button there switches the horn from the horn to the air shifter. So if I hit that when I'm going down the track, it activates that ram which shifts the gear.
Okay.
I don't need to shift with my foot.
Okay.
I just keep the foot pinned and hit the button to shift gear.
Okay.
So,
And is there any? What's the kind of rules for this class then? Is there
in the 850 class, no, there isn't really any.
Right.
There's a limit to the width of the back tyre you can use, I think.
Right.
We're nowhere near that on this because it's a road bike. So.
Hey buddy, alright?
Oh yeah, good man.
So, this is the ET class going out. What's ET?
Elapsed time.
Right.
So what you do is, I predict what time I'm going to run.
Okay.
So for example, if it was 10 seconds, then if I get 10, then that's like a perfect ET. If you're on a 10-1, then you'd have a gap of like 0.1. So basically what it is, it's like a handicap racing, so I can race against somebody who's running 9 seconds.
Sure.
But when we're in eliminations now, when you start on the line, I would get a 1 second head start against a bike that was a 1 second quicker.
Okay.
The reason being, when you get to the end, technically, if you both run into your time, you'd be dead level at the end. So it comes down to reaction times and how well you dial your bike in and what time you give them.
Cool. So the bikes ready to go out at the minute are in the ET class. So let's go check some of these out. What I did find amazing was seeing some of these junior drag bikes. The kids can race from the age of 8 to 18, from 50cc to 500. For instance, this KTM 125 will hit speeds of up to 79 miles an hour. An 8-year-old girl was on this 50cc drag bike. Just look how tiny she looks as she makes her way to the start line. So we've just seen Jake Michelle on the Hayabusa hit 217 mile an hour in that quarter mile straight. tiny oil leak stops play for this guy. Remember the road legal boost at 600 brake horsepower? This is it. There was only one top fuel bike when we were there, and this is it.
You come out of that bank on one wheel, it will blow you sideways. So.
Yeah, it's windy today.
Yeah. We're the only one left anyway, so we're not racing against anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What sort of speeds will this do then?
Should be just above 250 through the quarter. It's doing 212 at the 8th, when I. Yeah.
Wow. And what's it like on like a cooler day like today? Is it hard to get the traction down?
It makes more power, and yeah, we're trying to take power out, and it's going quicker and quicker.
And what sort of brake horsepower is it running?
About 1700.
1700.
Yeah. It's the only bike in the world that can measure horsepower.
Right. And what sort of engine's in it?
It's a Puma engineering one, but basically the rules used to say that you had to be based on a bike engine.
Right.
So the stud pattern is the same as old Yamaha FJ. But yeah, it's just billet everything.
That is the best stud pattern, full stop, and it's the biggest one of all of them, isn't it?
Right. Got to get my nerve back from crashing it.
When was that?
2023, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah.
What happened?
I shut it off before the finish line. I went to grab the rear brake because I hadn't the finish line. I didn't actually grab it, and I thought, oh, it's that out in Sweden, and there's a bump at the finish line. So I thought I'll put the parachute out to stabilise it. So I bring the thumb up, and then it hit the bump. So this hang came off the handlebars.
Right.
Until I grabbed the throttle round here, I get to pull it, so I went back on the full throttle.
He just went,
I accelerated from 200 to 240 in the shutdown area. Then I came off it, and then I slid head first into the wall.
at 240 mile an hour.
Let's have a look.
Were you okay?
Yeah.
Had a headache.
Well,
I was knocked out. Well, I was knocked out and not breathing. But
I'd count those as injuries.
when I woke up in hospital in Sweden, I wasn't being a good patient, and this nurse said to me, "You realise you should be dead." That's what the nurse said to me.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're a brave man to get back on board, that's for sure.
Brave or stupid.
Yeah, brave or stupid. So with the parachute, is that deployed each time, or is that just for emergencies only?
Well, it should be deployed each time. I always had it on the button.
Right.
But I've now got it on a timer as well, so it will come out on a timer. Right. So in theory, when I get to the finish line, all I've got to do is shut the throttle.
What's the brakes on it? Are they kind of special?
Well, they're reasonably good, but I've got a carbon one on the back, so that really.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, when that one's up, that really does.
Wow, yeah. I mean, what would an outfit like this be cost? I mean, I guess it's a never-ending fit.
Well, it is. Yeah, the initial build and then 150 grand or 100 grand, or you know.
And what about a tyre? How many goes do you get out of one of them?
Yeah, you could probably do a few runs on it, but sometimes when he was raced, this bike was being raced in America with a chap next door, and I think he was doing a tyre every pass. The track was that sticky with little chunks of it was ripping the tread, the compound out of it.
Wow, what's the width on that, do you know?
14 inches. 14. 14 by 15 by 31.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the switches for on the front there?
Well, on the run, there's a preset computer that adjusts the engine timing and fuel curves and all that. So after the burnout, when it's been pushed back, I turn that on, which arms that computer.
Right.
I flick that one so it resets it in case it's been armed. and that one just flicks through different streams on the dashboard, so that one does not really use. Yeah. So when I'm coming into stage, I just reach in and flick those two down.
And the switches on the
That's the gear
handlebars.
change. So that's first gear. That's second gear.
Okay.
That's a manual parachute release. That's a high RPM on the start line. I don't use it at the moment. So what you can do is flick that, hold the brake, and it just loads the clutch. So it just makes the bike ready to go.
Okay.
And that's fuel shut off.
Jesus Christ. So they're just getting the top fuel drag bike warmed up to take it out on the strip. It's the only one running today, and that bike's running at 1700 brake horsepower. When they fired it up and just gave it a little bit of a blip, whoa, you could feel the ground move.
Traction, you can see in actual fact he went to tyre shape about 20 foot out. Actually, you can see the tyre marks.
What happened, Neil?
More tyre shape.
Just not getting traction now.
It went further this morning, didn't it?
Look at that for tyre shape.
Let's have a look. I've got it on video. Oh, yeah.
It needs more power.
Yeah. That's a pattern, isn't it?
We're going to need a new flooring.
Was it shaking? Was it shaking?
Oh yeah, yeah, look at that.
It spun later then, didn't it?
Yeah. I videoed it as well. Oh, it was. There you go.
So it was going right, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
So why is that then? What happens there?
Pointing a bit right.
Yeah. You weren't in your burnout track. When you burnt out slightly one way like that, and then while you started in your track, you was obviously your tyre track was out, wasn't it?
That's only on 82% nitro. Normally it runs up like 88 or 90.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
wow.
out of it.
Well, well done, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Cheers, thank you. So I hope you've enjoyed our little walk around Santa Pod Raceway today. This was the Spring Speed Nationals at the start of the season 2025. We've had a fantastic time. I hope you have too. Let us know in the comments if you like this sort of content, and we'll bring more to the channel in the future. And don't forget, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Give us a like, and I'll see you in the next one.